Top tennis training, #1 for online tennis.
Hey guys, Simon here from Top Tennis Training, and this video is all about court positioning for singles. Now when you're just starting out the game, your coach might be telling you to recover back to the middle of the court after every shot. Now this is fine when you're just learning the game, but as you progress, it's very important that you know where to recover after each shot. Now recovery is something that's very often overlooked by many club players around the world. Automatically most players think, because they've been taught when they started the game to recover back to the middle, that this is the place that they should always be going back to. Now in tennis, the only time that you'll see professionals recovering in the middle is if they have actually hit the ball into the middle of the court. Now if I hit my forehand cross court, being a right-handed player, I've hit my forehand from here across, I would most of the time recover around this green cone. Now the reason is very simple. I want to be in the middle of my opponent's two best shots. Now my opponent's two best shots from a cross court, especially a wider forehand cross court that I've hit, would be #1, the angle back cross court, and #2, down the line. However, the down the line is moving into me because the ball is wide on that side, it's coming towards me down the line, whereas the cross court is bouncing and going away from me. So I have to be more worried about that cross court shot as opposed to the down the line shot. Now here we see Roger Federer using the exact same recovery position after hitting that forehand cross court. And here we see Novak Djokovic using that same court position. Of course, the wider he hits his forehand cross court, the less he recovers. Now the same is true for the backhand. If I hit my backhand cross court, I'm going to be recovering to this blue cone, more or less. The more angle I hit, the less I have to recover to the middle. So if I hit a really wide backhand, it's a really short angle, I might recover around here somewhere, because I'm always thinking about covering that cross court shot. Firstly, that's the highest percentage shot from that player, and secondly, the ball is bouncing and kicking away if they put a lot of spin on it. And here again we see Roger Federer hitting his backhand cross court, recovering off center on that backhand wing. Now it only takes 1 or 2 steps after he's hit that backhand cross court to get into a good position for the next shot. And one more example, as you can see here, he hits cross, 1 step and he's in position. If I'm going down the line now, it changes big time. So if I'm going with my backhand down the line, instead of going to this blue cone here, I would then have to go back to this green cone over here to cover my opponent's cross court angled shot. Now if I hit my forehand down the line, I would then have to recover to this blue cone to cover my angled cross court shot from the opponent. Now the only time I would actually recover in the middle to this yellow cone is if I've hit my shot directly into the middle. All other times I'd be on either the left side of the court or the right side of the court. If I've hit my shot forehand cross court or backhand down the line, it's into the forehand of the opponent, I'm going to be going to this green cone. This would be my zone. If I've hit my backhand cross court or my forehand down the line, I'm recovering to this blue cone. Now once you understand the court position on the different shots, the cross and the line, it makes more sense to be going cross court more often than not. Now firstly, it's a higher percentage shot, and secondly, you have less space to recover after you've hit that ball. So this is why professional players will build the rally cross court, and when they go down the line, they're either going down the line with a high loopy ball that gives them time to recover into the right position, or they're going for a winner, a shot that's going to force the opponent into a weaker reply, and then they can attack that next ball. So going down the line is higher risk firstly, and secondly, it kind of puts you out of position much more than that cross court shot. Now from this position you can see, if I hit my forehand cross court, I'm here, I'm coming back to this blue cone because I'm covering that angle from my opponent. If I hit my forehand down the line, going to the green cone. If I hit my forehand in the middle, then I'm coming back to this yellow cone. If I hit my backhand cross court, coming to this green cone. If I hit my backhand down the line, coming to this blue cone, and if I hit my backhand in the middle, coming to the yellow cone. Now this all changes when I come to the net. On the baseline, I have to be mostly concerned about that cross court angled shot. When I come to the net, I have to be mainly concerned about that down the line pass. So if I was to hit my forehand down the line or my backhand approach cross court, I would be coming to around this green cone. The inside foot, this being my left foot in this position, will almost be touching the center line of the court. If I've hit my approach shot a little bit wider and I've taken the opponent off the court, then I'm going to be recovering somewhere around here so that I can cover that down the line with one step to my right. Now if they do hit the ball cross court for that pass, I have more time because the ball is traveling cross court, so it's a longer path, and I can also step in to cut off that angle, which I don't really have that luxury on the down the line because I have less time. If I hit my approach shot into the middle of the court, I'm going to be somewhere around this yellow cone after that approach into the middle. Now this is why hitting that approach shot into the middle of the court is sometimes a great tactic. It gives the opponent less angle to work with. If I've hit my forehand cross court or my backhand approach down the line, I'm going to be going to this blue cone here. Again, my inside foot, which is my right foot in this position, is almost touching that center line. Now again, going back to the importance of how wide you've hit your shot. You're always going to adapt depending on how good your shot has been. If it's wider, you move wider. If it's more to the middle, you move more to the middle. Now the reason that the cones aren't closer in is simply because I also have to be worried about that lob. So if I move in too close, I give that lob away and my opponent can easily get over my head with that shot. So I don't want to go too close on that first volley especially. If I have hit a good first volley, then I might move in closer, closing down the net, because I'm expecting a weaker reply from my opponent. Now that was part one to the video. We also have a part two, which is covering the position on the return of serve and what to do after you've actually hit your serve. So the court position on the return and on serving. Now part two is available for free inside the members section of our website. All you have to do is click the link under this video, or you could also click on my racket right now. That will take you straight to that video.